Good morning from Napa, California. Got some vineyards behind me, beautiful scenery. I just finished my morning workout with Ben Greenfield, professional triathlete, Ironman, and quite a movement guy. We were doing all sorts of amazing moves, breathing exercises, kind of like Elliot Holst style, lots of yoga positions, a lot of visualization. Really great way to start the day, kind of part yoga, part anaerobic muscle failure. So it was really good. Thanks so much to Ben for that. Appreciate it, and all the guys that came out at 6:25 in the morning for that. And getting ready for day 2 here at MastermindTalks. I'm in Napa, California. It's a real pleasure to be here. I'm with about 140 other special members that were really selected to be here, and really impressive, grateful, centered people at the top of their game. And so it's really nice being around people that are kind of at like a 10x type level of maybe normally people you normally hang out with. So it's a lot of fun, and just being around them and listening to them talk kind of takes my brain to the next level. So super grateful just being around them, let alone the content. There were 8 back-to-back talks yesterday, 15 minutes each, and they just kept coming and coming. Fantastic talks, great people. Kelly Starrett was number 2. I spoke with Kelly afterwards, gave him a big hug, and I met his wife. What a great dude. And then they just kept coming. And then the author of Hooked came up, and I've been listening to this book, and he just came up and gave a talk. So that was amazing. He had a really good, really fascinating talk, and I was scribbling notes the whole time. So great talk, great vibe, lots of cool things going on. They had some fireside chats, and then James Altucher came up, and I thought they were going to do a fireside chat with him, and then he interviewed Rick Ross, which you might know from the Joe Rogan Experience a few times, and he was just a fascinating story with a guy who was really at the top of his game when it came to selling cocaine back in the 80s, and then he was sent to jail for 25 years, and his drug case was kind of caught up with the Iran-Contra affair, with the government funding that circle. And he's a really interesting guy, and someone I really want to have on the show at some point. So that was fascinating, and all the entrepreneurs were listening carefully at the way he used to run his business and how he used to take care of his business. And a really interesting guy, taught himself how to read while in prison. He was illiterate when he went in, and yeah, it was great, really impressive. And then we went off for some cooking classes, and again, I just keep bumping into these really extraordinary people. And after we cooked, we had dinner at this table of everything we cooked, and it was just crazy. It was like 8 or 9 people at that table, and they were all really super fascinating in their own right. So there you go. I'm off to day 2. I think there's a fireside with Tim Ferriss later, and I'm sure a lot of more cool surprises and some breakout groups, but really enjoying it here. Big thanks to Jayson Gaignard for having me, and for organizing such an amazing event. It's so beautiful around here. I mean, it might be so foggy and cold in San Francisco, but it ain't that way in Napa. I mean, you can see this, and it gets warm later, like kind of in the mid-20s if you're from Britain. I guess that's 70s or 80s in America. So it's really nice out here. I'd love to come out here for, just for a holiday, because it's super cool. Wine everywhere, good food, all that kind of stuff. So I will be checking in, but I'm back in for another day. It's kind of 12-hour days here, so hard times here in Napa Valley. But that's it. I'll report back on more. It's about the journey. Getting tons of love here from everyone. So many fans of the show. Everyone has so many nice things to say. So super humbling to have, some really impressive people say that they enjoy what we're doing at London Real. And that's because of you guys too. So thank you so much. If you got any questions for me, write them down, and I will answer them for you. Click on the subscribe button if you haven't already. And that's it. It's about the California journey. I'll be back in London on Sunday. Do you miss me?